What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else? Welcome back to the Creative Differences podcast. I'm Dallas, and I think Turning Red sounds like a great name for a coming of age movie about joining the Bloods.
Hi, I'm Gabby, and oh my god, the red panda. It's so cute.
I'm Colin, and one of the possible names for this movie was Notorious RPG, and the fact that they didn't do that is upsetting.
That is upsetting.
What would the G be for?
Red Panda Girl.
Ah,
That would have been amazing.
Hello there. I'm Demi, and I'm really only here to review Pam and Tommy. Welcome to another episode of the Creative Differences podcast, your one-stop shop for movie reviews, Fancast Fridays, Throwback Thursdays, and a number of other pop culture-related items. Today, guys, we will be reviewing three things. Count them, three things. We will be reviewing Turning Red, The Adam Project, and, as I said, Pam and Tommy.
that is
Woo-hoo.
true. We are all brought here by varying things. But before we get into those various things, please like and subscribe, or you will be attacked by red pandas, which now that I think about it sounds adorable. So insert a different
Well, I
threat
mean,
here.
if they're trying to kill you,
It'd still be adorable, though.
Yeah,
mm,
like the mom
Oh,
was
you've seen a red
gigantic, but
panda.
she was still cute. She was the size of a stadium, and I still wanted to hug her.
Yeah, red pandas can't not be cute.
that's okay.
They're like, attack.
All right.
Cute.
Tell the people about it.
Turning Red, released by Pixar Animation Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Studios Motion Pictures, directed by Domi Shi, screenplay by Julia Cho and Domi Shi, story by Domi Shi, Julia Cho, and Sarah Stryker, starring Rosalie Chiang, Sandra Oh, Ava Morse, Hien Park, Maitreyi Ramakrishnan, Orion Lee, Wai Ching Ho, and a few other people. Turning Red follows Mei-Lin Mei Lee, a 13-year-old Chinese-Canadian student who transforms into a giant red panda when she gets into a state of strong emotion. Inspired by Xi's experiences in Toronto, the film began development in 2018 after she pitched it to Pixar. And that's it. It's pretty straightforward. And
Nice.
oh my god, is this movie cute? It's so cute and relatable if you were a like a preteen in 2002, which we all were. We're like 30 now, but we were like tweens in 2002. It was like the heyday of like NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, O-Town, insert boy band name here. So there's that
LFO,
sort of
98
driving force.
degrees.
Yes, thank you. So that's sort of the vibes. It's like Tamagotchis and adorableness. Oh god, it's just so cute. It was just a really cute movie. It's mostly about this child, not necessarily of immigrants, but this child that's like sort of really wants to please their parents and is sort of like sacrificing their own sort of opinions and likes and friendships to please their parents. And that sort of comes to a head when she starts turning into a giant red panda. She has to sort of control this red panda and she starts to rebel, but it's like the most innocent, adorable rebellion you could think of. Like it literally all she wants to do is go to a concert and she's trying to like make money to go to this concert. So like there's no danger really. It's just so cute and it's so
Not bad.
wholesome.
Is it?
To me it was wholesome as hell. Because it's
That's a
just like she's
hustle.
not like it's a hustle, but it's like
It's a
a
wholesome
wholesome hustle.
Hey, Colin,
What's up, dog?
what were your thoughts on this movie, man?
Yeah, tell us. You've been quiet.
Gabby been ISO in this whole thing.
It was cute, kind of unremarkable for me. Like, I liked it, but I didn't. Kind of like once it was over, I don't think I was going to think about it again.
Mm.
I will say I did like that there was more to this movie than I thought there was going to be. Like, I thought it was just going to be she turns into a panda, okay. But, like, there's actual, like, the reasons behind why she turns into a panda and how that, like, is part of the movie, I thought was really interesting, and added some depth to it that I didn't expect to be there. So that was cool. Dallas, what did you think of this movie?
Did you see it, Dallas?
Did you see this movie?
So, no.
Uh-oh.
But you knew that. I told you that I wasn't going to watch this movie. And here we are.
It's so cute.
So to circle back around, yeah, getting attacked by red pandas would not be adorable.
Yes, it
Not
would.
in this case because they're
I-
big.
It'd be like getting attacked by rats, but slightly bigger.
No, it would not. Rats are not adorable.
Well, they can be.
Red pandemic. Ha.
Okay. Dallas.
It's so cute though. Like all I can say is super cute. Visually, one of my favorite things that they did with the movie was they there was like sort of almost anime action bits that they threw in there. That was cool.
Okay.
They would do chibi eyes from anime, and you would be like, "Oh my god!" And it looked amazing. So visually, that was really striking. The music was really great. Billie Eilish and Phineas wrote a boy band pop song for the movie, and it sounds like something that you would hear in 2002.
Nice.
And that was like the through line. They didn't really throw any NSYNC in there. It was mostly like this boy band that the characters were obsessed with. So I liked that.
That's really what I'm here for when I finally do watch the movie. I just want to listen to Jordan Fisher be a part of a boy band.
Oh, and they used him and his voice. Chef's kiss. They really used him. Like he got a solo. Spoiler.
As he should. As he should.
It was just really delightful, and it was relatable because I remember being that sort of high achieving sort of kid. She even plays a flute. Like I played the flute.
Wow.
She plays the flute way better than I did. But but it's really relatable in that sense and wanting to really just do and please your family. I highly recommend
Gabby.
Turning Red. Yes.
I guess all of you, but this question is mostly for Gabby because she likes cute things. Have you seen the Twitter page Red Panda Every Hour?
No.
It's just a Twitter page
What?
that just posts a picture of a red panda every hour, and it's the best thing on Twitter.
Well, good
I haven't
for
seen
me.
that one specifically. I've seen like daily whatever insert cute animal of your choice here.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, but I don't think I've seen that one specifically.
Oh my
Fennec,
god, this
raccoon,
is
possum.
so
But red
cute.
panda's the best one. It's adorable.
I love red pandas too because they look kind of they're just so cute. They're just adorable. They kind of remind me of my dog, the way they curl up. My dog loves to be curled up. He's just like a chunky beast.
Chunky beast. All right, it sounds like Gabby's done with Turning Red.
Dallas, do you want to tell us about the Atom Project?
I would love to tell you about the Atom Project. It is directed by Shawn Levy, who directed Big Fat Liar, The Night of the Museum trilogy, and Free Guy, and so many other things. But you know,
The range.
I usually do 3 things. Yeah, he's good. He's got some range. It's written by Jonathan Tropper, T.S. Nolan, and the husband and wife writing duo of Jennifer Flackett and Mark Levin. I hadn't heard any of these names before, but let me tell you what they did. Jonathan Tropper created Banshee and Warrior for Cinemax. I don't have Cinemax, but I've heard good things.
I think Warrior is now on HBO Max.
Really? Oh, that makes sense. They're both owned by the conglomerate. T.S. Nolan wrote the Maze Runner trilogy and Pacific Rim Uprising. So, if you're into those. And then Jennifer Flackett and Mark Levin created Big Mouth, that really weird looking Netflix show that people like so much.
I love that show.
Yeah.
I'm going through changes.
Yes, that show. The movie stars Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, Jennifer Garner, Walker Scobell, Catherine Keener, and Zoe Saldana. That cast is so fire. And the summary is a time-traveling pilot teams up with his younger self and his late father to come to terms with the past while saving the future. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Tomorrow War, but different.
Yeah, kind of. Well, Tomorrow War, he like fights with his daughter in a war with aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
So like the timey-wimey family trauma is probably where the similarities stop. But I never saw that movie. But yeah, speaking of time travel, I don't usually love time travel stories, like inherently, just because I always get distracted by like, how does this work? How does that work? What's the explanation for the timey-wimey nonsense? But I love the idea of interacting with one's younger self. That's such a cool concept to me. Gabby, why do you look confused?
That's wild to me.
Okay.
Because in my head, I was like, they don't talk to each other, but then apparently they do now.
That is the
Like-
plot of the movie.
Oh my God.
Adam. Yeah, Adam is talking to Adam. But yeah, it's super dope. And it's a nice concept and change on the time travel story. Because I've always loved that idea to the point where I was even thinking about writing something like that. But I won't get into that because, you know, people be stealing. But like the idea that you can address certain things about yourself while talking to yourself. The movie hit me in the feelings way more than I expected. It helps that Ryan Reynolds is very good at playing drama when he needs to, despite the fact that he's hilarious. He can really do the dramatic stuff. And the movie delves into grief and family trauma and repressing your feelings. And there's this give and take between Adam and young Adam, where Ryan looks back at himself and he has all these regrets and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get too specific, obviously, but he kind of sees the person he was when he was 12 and he's just like, dude, stop. like, be nice to mom, please. It's just like the kind of stuff that they do. Ryan Reynolds is great. We all knew that. He's fantastic. I love him. He's maybe my favorite white man. I don't know.
That is high praise.
Right?
It is. Wow.
They got some dope white dudes out there in the game. He's one of the best. The kid who plays young Adam, his name is Walker Scobell. And from what I can tell, this is his acting debut because IMDb has nothing else. He's so good. Part of me is mostly impressed because he has to play young Ryan Reynolds. And the way this kid talks and acts, it's just if Ryan Reynolds had to play a 12-year-old, it'd be this kid. Like, he's so good at
Oh,
being young
wow.
Adam. I love it because you get situations where someone is playing a younger version of a character, but they're really not quite nailing it, especially if the older version is like a really established actor. Like when we saw Jumanji, the first new one, the teenage guy was not acting like Kevin Hart, and then Kevin Hart was just acting like Kevin Hart. But yeah, this isn't like that at all. Walker's great. He's great at the comedy. He's great at the drama. I hope to see him in more movies. I love the relationship between Ryan Reynolds and Zoe Saldana. We don't get a whole lot of time with them together, but they have great chemistry. She's so dope. She's so badass and everything. She can't not be. I think it's in all her contracts.
I think so. I think
It
that's
has to
true.
be, right?
I've read that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. But she's fantastic. Mark Ruffalo plays Adam's dad, and he's great. He's bringing this Bruce Banner energy of what's going on. I kind of know what's going on. I'm a scientist, but also this is still weird. Why is my son so surly and mean as an adult?
He's like, what happened?
Yeah, like what happened? There's a line when they have an interaction. It's both Adams and then Mark Ruffalo. Ryan Reynolds' Adam is like, he's angry and cynical and jaded. And they have an interaction, and Mark Ruffalo's like, "What's going on?" And he looks at young Adam. He's like, "I thought you loved me."
What the
And young
heck?
Adam's like, "I do." It's so funny. This movie's hilarious. Jennifer Garner's great as the mom. Something happens in their life, which is family trauma. It be happening. So the way that she plays it during most of the movie, she kind of has this sadness to her, but then they have a flashback before this thing happens, and she has a completely different level of like exuberance, which I think is great.
Oh.
Lovely cast.
13 going on 30 reunion.
I saw that after I watched the movie.
Yeah.
Somebody was talking about that. I was like, "Oh, I completely forgot about that because I didn't watch that movie." But yeah,
It's great. You should. You should.
reunions
Dallas
all
would not like
around.
that movie.
I bet I wouldn't.
I don't
I
know.
know
Okay.
Dallas wouldn't like that movie. I think he might laugh at it, but not for the reasons you're supposed to.
Also,
Aw.
is she like? Is it like Big, where she's like a teenager in an adult body?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's weird.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. She's got like the same 13-year-old mentality, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she wakes up 30, so but
Right,
it's
right,
in the
right. But she's
future.
But
But
it's more like she's trying to figure out why her life is the way that it is, and then she starts to change it.
got you.
It's,
Well, yeah, I love Jennifer Garner. She's dope.
it's heartfelt.
But yeah, it's a fun movie overall. It's if you like Shawn Levy, if you like Ryan Reynolds, I think you'll enjoy it. Good action. Oh, last thing I want to say, the visuals are really cool because it's an action movie, so niggas gotta die. But it's PG-13 and it's kind of a family action movie. So instead of blood and gore, we get these beautiful color effects when someone dies. And the way it's explained is that if you die outside of your fixed timeline, it's
Oh.
messy, like it's different. So it's this weird like
Oh.
chronological particles like
Nice.
but yeah,
Wild.
dope movie. Shout out to Catherine Keener. She has an amazing voice. The villain wasn't super compelling, but Catherine Keener is, so that balances out. But yeah, that's the Adam Project. I recommend it if you like Ryan Reynolds and or fun action movies.
Okay.
dope.
Moving
Dope,
forward.
dope. Moving forward, I'm going to very quickly, hopefully, review Pam and Tommy. I already talked about the show a few weeks ago, so I'm really just going to be reiterating a lot of the things that I said at that point. But now the show is actually over, so I can confirm that it follows throughout the rest of the season. Hulu's Pam and Tommy, created by Robert Siegel, starring Lily James, Sebastian Stan, Seth Rogen, Nick Offerman, and Taylor Schilling. I did not use the IMDb synopsis this time. Following Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee after their whirlwind meeting and marriage, the show explores the aftermath and consequences of the theft and selling of their private sex tape. So, once again, I am saying this show is absolutely fantastic. I love the structuring of it because it starts out seemingly wild and superficial, and then it begins to peel back layers and complexities of characters and of basically what happened back in the 90s, especially just peeling back the complexities of Pamela Anderson. Everyone does a great job on this show. Like, this is one of those shows where like you watch it and you're like, yeah, this is a really well made show. Everybody's doing their job. The acting is really good. But Lily James is just on a different level throughout the entirety of this show. She steals every scene that she's in, as she should, because she's playing Pamela Anderson. She disappears into the role and she proves just how amazing of an actress she is. I was talking about the show with somebody who I don't think, I'm very certain they are not as into Lily James as I am, or like follows her career as much as I do.
Is anyone as into Lily James
There
as
are
you are?
plenty of people out there. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not running a fan site.
Fair.
There are plenty of people running fan sites. I'm not even doing that. But I was talking to somebody who isn't into her work as much as I am, and both of us were just like, yo, she's carrying the show on her back whenever she's on screen. She's just phenomenal. She's great. And I hope that the show still has steam come Emmy time because she and Sebastian Stan deserve nominations and possibly wins for their work on this show. I think this might be some of her best work yet.
I feel like Hulu got the money for an Emmy campaign.
They're gonna campaign it for a limited series. Absolutely, they're campaigning.
Yeah.
I hope
Oh, and
so.
they can win on a limited series. Yeah. I mean, sometimes that is a much more competitive category, but not as often as you would think.
We'll see how the year goes. Every director on the show does an amazing job. Craig Gillespie, who is most well known for I, Tonya and Cruella, does a great job kicking off the show and setting the foundation, style, and expectations. And then Lake Bell, Hannah Fidel, and Gwyneth Horder Payton pick up the reins and just drive the series to its great ending, peeling back the layers, flipping our initial expectations, and demonstrating an immense amount of empathy and heart. The show is a roller coaster of emotion. Like what started off as like a really fun and wild ride morphs into something uncomfortable, enraging, and heartbreaking. So yeah,
Ooh, they
I
trick you. They trick the audience. They're like, "Ooh, come," and then they're like, "Your conscience is hurting."
yeah, like I know that there are people who gave up like after the first like 2 episodes, and I'm just like, if you give up after the first 2 episodes, you're not really getting you're not getting the meat of the show. You're just kind of just getting the setup, which kind of plays into audience expectations of what you think the show should be. And then when you go further down the line, it gets way more emotional. Kind of a lot harder to watch. I highly recommend it if you're interested at all in checking it out. If not, Pamela Anderson has her own doc coming out soon, which I will probably be checking out now thanks to this show. So that is Pam and Tommy. I am a huge fan. It is one of my favorite shows that I've watched this year. We'll see how the rest of the year goes.
All right, all right, all right. That is all of our reviews. What we've been watching. I'm going to quickly talk about Snowfall. And it's going to be quick because I'm going to do a review when it ends and because none of y'all watch it. So I'm going to be
Yeah, we
talking to
don't.
myself. Snowfall is created by John Singleton, Eric Amadio, and Dave Andron. It stars Damson Idris, Carter Hudson, Amin Joseph, Angela Lewis, and Isaiah John. Summary is niggas selling crack. No, that's not the summary. The IMDb summary states a look at the early days of the crack cocaine epidemic in Los Angeles during the beginning of the 1980s. I love this show. It's one of the best shows on TV. And I'm very upset that I don't have more friends to talk about it with. But, you know, shout out Brandon, Nick, my family, everybody who does talk to me about it. So, yeah, we got season 5. It just started 3 weeks ago. There are 4 episodes. I don't know, maybe 5, whatever. And it's really good.
How many episodes this season?
I think 10. I want to say this is one of the shows that does 10 every season. It's on
Okay.
FX and Hulu if you guys want to watch some people sell crack and, you know, violence and drama and all the fun stuff that comes with a crime show.
Ooh.
But yeah, it starts off season 5. They hit us with a Young Justice like time jump that took a bit of adjusting to because, like, Franklin's flying a plane. There's a new chick. She's pregnant. I'm like, who is this random bride that Franklin dropped a baby into? I have so many questions.
Dropped a baby into
Yeah.
Dallas.
That's what happened. But yeah, once I settled with that, I was like, okay, cool, time jump. I got it. I watched Young Justice. I'm used to seasons just taking place during random intervals in time. And like I said, I'm gonna do a review for it, and you guys don't watch it. So instead of going into like deep dives of why I love the show, I'm just gonna talk about a few of my favorite moments so far. There's a dude named Avi, and in season 1, he was a drug dealer that basically got Franklin into the game. He's an old Israeli guy. He's since become more of a background character, and he's an associate of Teddy, the CIA agent. Side note, I really I feel bad watching this show because, you know, the CIA are the villains of this situation.
They're the villains just in real life too.
Exactly. But like, yeah, you know, the show's based on real events, so they're the bad guys. But Teddy,
I say to my CIA agent listening to me or my NSA
yeah, hey
agent
guys,
listening,
y'all know what y'all did.
y'all know what y'all did all over the world.
Teddy is
Big one.
so gangster. I can't help but like, I don't want one of my favorite characters to be the government white boy, but he's just so dope. It bothers me. But yeah, shout out to Carter Hudson. He plays him well. Anyway, Avi is now more of a background character and associate of Teddy. So while this whole cocaine business is going on, Avi is on a side mission of hunting down Nazis.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's like
So
Hunters,
random.
but
In the
taking
middle of this
place.
crack show?
Yeah, it's like a CD story. Like, and every once in a while they'll reference it. Like the first time we see Avi in this season, they're in Germany and Teddy's going to meet with him. And there's a German dude tied up in the background. Teddy's like, who the hell is that? And Avi says, possible Nazi. Never mind that. And then they talk about their dealings and how some group is not holding up a deal that they made. And Teddy says, okay, I'll handle them. Get rid of the Nazi. And Avi says, it's a possible Nazi. If he's innocent, he walks away. And he says, what the hell else am I supposed to do stuck in the land of, he said, stuck in the land of my people's genocide. You don't go to Paris and not get a croissant, right? I was like, yeah, this nigga Avi's amazing.
You
Okay.
don't
And
go
then
to Paris and not get a croissant.
I was like, that's the best line in the show. I love it so much. Okay, last thing I'll say. Several episodes later, Jerome, who was Franklin's uncle, is, listening to some music. Dude's bumping it. But I was like, oh, that song slaps. What song is that? Turn it up. And he notices something in the lyrics. And he's like, everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. And it turns out that this song is calling out Franklin and the family by name, like detailing all of their crimes.
Oh no.
Which is bad. But then I was like, that dude sounds familiar rapping the song. So they go to the projects to look for the dude who made the song. And it's Earl from Blind Spotting. And I was like, Earl! 'Cause I was like, I knew that voice. But I'm so happy. I hope he doesn't get killed off immediately, but based on his behaviors, he will, because why
He's
would you
dying.
do that? Stop snitching.
Yeah, he gonna die.
But yeah, I'm so happy to see him again. He's rapping, he's acting, he's good at both. And yeah, that's Snowfall. I will see y'all when this season ends, and I will do a review. That's what I've been watching.
Cool.
Gabby, what you been watching?
Hello, my name's Gabby, and I love stand-up comedy. And one of my favorite stand-up comedians, she was considered up and coming like 4 years ago, but now she's like pretty established. She just released a new comedy special called Look at You, and her name is Taylor Tomlinson. Taylor Tomlinson, for as young as she is really good. She's up there with like Pete Davidson, just like really young comedy prodigy. Like your jokes shouldn't be this good considering how old you are. She's really, really good. First of all, she has really great stage presence. She really knows how to command a crowd. To her punchlines and her cadence and her delivery is like top notch. I feel like she's really up there with some like really just talented and seasoned. She sounds seasoned. When I first heard her, she was like 24 and I was like, why does she sound like she's been comedy for 20 years? Like no one this young sounds this good. This special is really personal for her. She talks a lot about trauma in this one, which I thought was interesting. And it's super, super funny. I like how deep and personal she got in this one. You've kind of only gotten inklings of her life before. She's like kind of talked about it, but now she really got into the nitty gritty. And even though like she's talking about like parents dying and a super religious upbringing, it's still really, really funny. So I highly recommend it. I really enjoyed it. And I can't wait to watch more of her comedy. So that was Taylor Tomlinson's Netflix special. It's called Look at You. She also has another Netflix special if you like her and you want to check out more. Her other Netflix special came out in 2020. It's called Quarter Life Crisis. And she has actually a couple other things on Netflix that were part of like when she was a smaller comic, she did like 30-minute like sort of deals. Highly recommend her. That's what I watched. I'm done.
Nice. I like it. Colin, anything?
You been up to anything?
Nope.
All right. To me?
All right, cool. So last time we did a review, I talked about all the Batman comics that I read before watching the Batman movie or to prepare for the Batman movie. Today, I'm going to talk about all the films that I watched to prepare for the Batman because I'm a film nerd first and foremost above anything
See.
else.
I'm really excited about this list.
Let's talk about the movies that I watched. I'm not really going to like review them as much as I'm just going to give you guys the director, cast, and the synopsis, and you guys can decide whether or not you're interested. So first up, we have Seven, directed by David Fincher, starring Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt, Kevin Spacey, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Two detectives, a rookie and a veteran, hunt a serial killer who uses the 7 deadly sins as his motives. Fam, this movie was so good. That's all I'm gonna say on that.
So good.
Such a good movie. Such a good movie. And you can really see the Seven vibes in the Batman when you go see it. So
Oh yeah, this movie is like, oh okay, so this is what would happen if Batman was in the movie 7.
yeah. It's super good. Next up, we have All the President's Men, which I had already seen before the Batman because I had to watch it in film school. Directed by Alan J. Pakula, stars Dustin Hoffman, Robert Redford, Jack Warden, Martin Balsam, Hal Holbrook, and Jason Robards. The Washington Post reporters Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein uncovered the details of the Watergate scandal that leads to President Richard Nixon's resignation. So it's kind of a detective movie, but because it's about journalists who are trying to solve a mystery, basically. It's a really good movie. I've watched it a few times. Then we have Chinatown, directed by Roman Polanski. That's the last time I will say his name on this podcast. And it stars Jack Nicholson, Faye Dunaway, John Huston, and Perry Lopez. A private detective hired to expose an adulterer in 1930s Los Angeles finds himself caught up in a web of deceit, corruption, and murder. Despite what I said about He Who Shall Not Be Named, this is a very good movie.
Yeah.
It's on HBO Max. I would recommend it. I liked it. Definitely had a good time. So check that out.
Also referenced a lot. Like that line, "Forget it, Jake, it's Chinatown."
Yeah,
It's
it's
been in
a
so many things.
very highly referenced movie. The next movie on the list is The French Connection, which is directed by William Friedkin, starring Gene Hackman, Roy Schneider, Fernando Rey, and Tony Lobianco. And the synopsis is: a pair of NYPD detectives in the Narcotics Bureau stumble upon a heroin smuggling ring based in Marseille, but stopping them and capturing their leaders proves an elusive goal. Yep, I
That's
watched
what that
that.
movie's about.
I never
I've
would have
never known
guessed
what that's about. Yeah,
based on the title. I've heard that title 1,000 times. Never would have guessed what it's about.
Wait,
same.
which I'm so sorry, I missed the title.
The French Connection.
Oh, that's random.
Okay,
Okay.
It's not
got
when
it.
you watch the movie, like it makes sense when you watch it, but I never would have guessed that's
Okay.
what the movie's about just hearing the title.
No, I agree with you. I have no idea what that movie's about, but I would not have guessed what you said.
The last movie on my list is more so because Matt Reeves decided that he wanted to cast Robert Pattinson after seeing this movie. Good Time, directed by Benny and Josh Safdie, starring
Oh
Robert
boy.
Pattinson, Benny Safdie, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Buddy Duras, and Talia Webster. That was an interesting movie. I had a time, that's for certain.
Stress.
I mean, I could see why Matt Reeves was like, yeah, I want to cast that guy after watching it, but man, that is a journey.
Interesting. Because I wouldn't go, "That's my Batman." Like, I would definitely I wanna work with that guy because he's good, but I wouldn't be like, "That's a good guy to play Batman."
I can see it.
I probably
I
would've
was
made him a
watching it
villain.
and I was like, okay, yeah, I see it. These are two very different characters, but there are things that they have in common that I was like, I can kind of see that. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, that's
Movies
it.
rough.
That's my list of movies.
Nice. I like Seven. I've seen Good Time. It's one of those movies that's like, it's good, but I don't know if I'd say I like it 'cause I just did not enjoy myself.
It sounds like a really stressful movie.
It is a very stressful movie. I was really happy that I watched it though before I saw the Batman because it's immediately referenced when you go watch the Batman.
I don't remember that.
I
So if
might
you
have to
the
check out.
beginning of the movie, there the grocery store that's getting robbed or whatever,
Mhm.
it's called Good Times. And not only that, but the guy who's
Oh.
robbing that particular liquor store or whatever, he's dressed
Mhm.
like Robert Pattinson's character in Good Time.
That's
I
funny.
love that for the Batman. I
Nice.
love that there's Easter eggs, but they're not even related to DC. It's just like throw in a Rob Pattinson reference.
We got safety Easter eggs.
It's adorable.
Trailer tracking, news, all that stuff.
Trailer
Vamonos.
tracking. Yeah, it looks like we're starting with Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hello there.
Y'all, when Duel of the Fates started, I was like, yes, this is my new show. This is my new favorite show. I'm here for this. I was like,
Yeah.
they know exactly what to do. Yes.
Duel of the Fates and Battle of the Heroes. Such good usage of music in a trailer. The Master has finally returned. Obi-Wan Kenobi is back. The show looks epic. So before we even get into that, I just want to say thank you, Deborah Chow, because you're awesome. And I appreciate all the work that you've done, especially on Star Wars.
Is she the showrunner?
She's the director of every episode.
Got it.
Nice. Yeah, because it's a limited series, right? So it's not
Yes.
technically, I mean, it's a show, but it's not a show. It's like,
It's a limited series. Yeah.
yeah, it's only coming out the one time.
Well, supposedly, rumor has it that they've talked about doing a season 2.
I don't like that they do that nowadays. Just leave it limited or decide from the jump.
Yeah.
Don't put me in this in between land.
So here's the thing. If you had told me 6 years ago, the night that I met Ewan McGregor, that he would be coming back to Star Wars, I probably would have flipped out. Like, I have this man's autograph because I was just like,
Yes.
dude, I'm the biggest Star Wars fan. I met this man in a Star Wars jacket and a Star Wars t-shirt, just like accidentally didn't know I was going to see that man that day. And he just happened to be at ArcLight and I got his autograph. For Obi-Wan Kenobi to come back, and on top of that, like Ewan McGregor, it doesn't matter how you feel about the prequels, everybody agrees that Ewan McGregor is like the best part of the prequels. He's
Yeah.
amazing as Obi-Wan Kenobi. So it's so
Yep.
cool to have him back.
And also, he's the right age. It wasn't like they are like having to put excessive amounts of prosthetics on him. Like, he's the age. Like, he aged into the role again, and I love it.
Yeah. And then it'll also be great to see him reunited with Hayden Christensen as Vader.
Yo.
Hayden Christensen is getting his redemption arc, and I love that for him. I'm so
But
excited.
also, I've watched those movies recently. They really weren't that bad.
They weren't that
Like,
bad, and
they
I've
weren't.
been a Hayden
And
Christensen lover since he like appeared in Star Wars.
Revenge of the Sith actually has a very high Rotten Tomato scores actually for the critics. It's
It
got like
does.
high 80s. It's certified fresh.
He's just
Just
so
throwing
good.
that
He's
out
so
there.
good.
I never knew that.
My man's is gonna get his redemption arc, and I'm so proud of him, and I'm so happy for him.
I mean, Revenge of the Sith is the best of the three. Like it
It is.
breaks your freaking heart.
Without a doubt, it definitely is the best of the three. And then just outside of, you and Hayden returning, I am most excited about watching The Hunt for the Jedi in live action because we've seen it in Jedi Fallen Order, but I'm super excited to see it in a live action TV show where I don't have to play the Jedi and I can just watch. Or like,
Yes.
and we've seen it in Star Wars Rebels as well in the animated series. But that's probably the most exciting part to me, especially because we get to see Inquisitors. I'm so excited to see some live action Inquisitors. Oh my gosh. I can't
Can you
I'm
explain
so
what those are?
excited.
Because I haven't played. I don't know what those are.
So Inquisitors are dark side force users. They're not Sith, but they are under Darth Vader's command.
Okay.
They were put under his command by the Emperor, if I'm remembering the comics correctly. They were the ones who were sent out to hunt whatever Jedi were left over.
Oh, damn. So the ones that didn't get murked by Order
66, yeah. So they're the ones who in charge of going after them. Darth Vader is in charge of them. They typically do not have a high mortality rate because Darth Vader is in charge of them, and we all know what happens if you don't do your job properly.
Oh yeah, he gonna kill you anyway.
I think he actually cut one of their hands off as part of training.
Oh my
So
god. He was like, if
Hold
I
on.
only have one hand, you do too.
I have to.
Actually, if I only have like some
I have
of
no
my
hands.
limbs.
That just reminds me, Colin.
Hmm.
Kayla and I were just watching the Caleb City video where it's like villains who kill all of their henchmen.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though. Who will? We have no allies left. I don't even know how the lights are on right now. You kill the guy who takes care of that too.
Oh god.
I love that video. But yes, carry on.
Yeah, there's a really funny like little miniature comic of like there's a mini droid that's trying not to piss off Vader because he doesn't want to be destroyed. It's actually very funny.
That's adorable.
And that's like an
sad.
official Star Wars comic. Don't know if it's canon, but it was very cute. And then also one of my favorite things about the trailer was obviously getting to see baby Luke. Because it's Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker. Luke Skywalker was the first character that I fell in love with in Star Wars. He was always my favorite character in the originals. So I just love
Yeah.
seeing him.
Is that boy pod racing or what?
He's faking pod racing.
Yeah, he's on top of the. Also, the return of
From
Why is my
Uncle Owen, played by Joel
Uncle
Edgerton.
Owen. There you go. That's his name, Joel Edgerton. I was like blanking. I like the amount of original cast that's come back for this. I love, and I love that they've aged into their roles. Like, love it. Love
I'm
this
really
for
interested to
me.
see how Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru play into the series.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this will explain why Uncle Owen does not like Obi-Wan Kenobi at all.
I feel like if Obi-Wan's like bringing trouble and he's like, my only job was to keep this little kid alive and you're making my job harder, bro.
Right, bro.
Like,
Like
that's all
come
you
on, man.
need. That's all you need. Or like, this is all that I have left of the little family that I had and you're ruining this for me, bro. Like,
Yeah.
or for him, it's just like, you're trying to bring the might of the empire to my small little farm town when I'm just trying to chill. I was trying to be a water farmer or dehydrate. I don't remember what the farm is. It's like a water
It's a moisture
dehydration
farm.
There you go, moisture farm. Like he's like, I'm
Star
just trying to
Wars
exist,
nerd.
bro.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Also, the Inquisitor looks awesome with her braids. I'm like, yes, black people in Star Wars with their natural hair and with protective styles. We love to see it. But yeah, that's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, it looks badass. It looks great. And I already love the music. I'm like, yes.
I'm going to have
Duel of
such
Fate.
a great week that week because Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to start that Wednesday. And then that Friday, I'm going to Star Wars Celebration. I'm super excited. It's just going to be a Star Wars
perfect
week for me.
timing. It's almost like they planned it that way.
Oh, also the 45th anniversary of the original release of Star Wars. So perfect timing. Next trailer, Deep Water.
Deep Water. Speaking of moisture, this trailer
Just
looks...
Get Divorced, the movie.
Yeah, definitely. Y'all don't need to be
It's
married,
like, that's the thing. I was watching this trailer and I was like, okay, it's a movie about a relationship that's falling apart. Cool. But then it was like, okay, there's more going on than that. So I guess I can see. This is the one that was what? It was supposed to be NC-17 or something?
No,
Was it?
that's
Is this
the
that one?
Maryland movie. That's NC-17.
Oh, this one's just
people just going
supposed
for
to be
Marilyn
horny.
all the time.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's an erotic thriller.
Or this one's like hashtag straight people problems. Like straight people nonsense.
it do seem like some nonsense. Somebody dies. There's a blood somewhere. I don't even know. This woman is having sex with so many men,
With
and it's
everybody.
like,
And Ben Affleck
Many
looks
men.
so mad.
Many. Sorry.
well, yeah. And I guess he tries to talk to her, but she's like, "Nah, I don't want to talk to you because I'm Anna de Armas, so I'm gonna do what I want." I don't know. This movie looks weird.
If Ana de Armas wants to do it, just let her.
That
Right?
no,
I think that's
Or
the plot of the
divorce
movie.
her. Like, why are you putting up with this?
That's the theme. That's the message.
That's the theme of the movie. Every scene you look at Ben Affleck and he's just thinking, if Ana de Armas wants to do it, then let her.
And everyone's like, but bro, like, he was probably perfectly happy, and his friends probably tried to interfere, and now he has all these thoughts, and he's like, man, I was happy, like, leave me alone.
I don't know. He don't look happy.
And now this went from like a like a polyamorous like couple story to like a psychological thriller because you interfered.
It's an erotic thriller. Yeah, no, I don't really have much to say on it except I'm gonna watch it. And also, bless Adrian Lynn for casting Ana de Armas in an erotic thriller. Also, Adrian Lynn, the
Honestly.
guy
Love
who
to see it.
directed it, is the guy who also directed Fatal Attraction, which is one of the most
Oh.
popular erotic thrillers known to man. So
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's
he'll do a
OG.
great job.
I guess that's his thing, which
what
is
an interesting wheelhouse.
yeah, right. Like that's your bag, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
He
I
makes
respect
erotic thrillers. That is his bag. That is
Someone
his
has
thing.
to do it, guys.
Because people ain't really
Yeah, I
doing it
mean-
no more.
That's true. This is gonna be the erotic thriller renaissance.
Maybe,
I'm with it.
hopefully.
Y'all keep
Yeah.
talking about
The
how
more
movies need to be
genres,
hornier.
the better.
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
excited to see Jacob Elordi stretch his acting muscle outside of Euphoria.
Yeah.
Was also very excited to see Laura Howery in this. I was like, he's in this? What's happening?
Yeah.
Quick
Who's
No,
that?
question.
I like it. The variety and cast is great. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be a good thriller. I just think it's
Is-
silly.
Is
A
Jacob
little bit.
Elordi the main white dude she's fucking?
Yes.
I think so.
Well, there's
I
two.
thought
There's
that was
him and there's
He's
Finn
like Evil
Whitrock.
Nate.
Okay,
Evil
it is
Nate
him.
from
Okay,
Euphoria.
because I thought maybe they were the same person, and I couldn't tell. They both just look like white dudes.
They
I
do
was
have the
very
same
confused.
jaw. They have the same
I
sort
had
of
that same
strong
problem because Finn is in a lot of the trailer, but Demi had said that Elodie is in it, and I was like, "Is this Jacob Elodie?"
Actually, I think
like,
Jacob Elordi's
that's
in
the thing.
more of the trailer than Finn is.
What?
Yeah,
I believe
think
you
so
because
too.
I was having a very hard time telling them apart. I was like, "Which one of these guys is
She has
this
a
guy?"
type.
See,
Yes.
I thought, oh, it's Jake Elordi the whole or whatever his name is. What's his name? His first name?
No, you got it. I
It's
mean, Jacob.
Elordi. Okay, good. Okay, cool. It's Elordi the whole time, and then I saw Wolfhard. Well, not Wolfhard. What's his
Not
other
Wolfhard.
name?
Whitrock.
Whitrock.
Whitrock. Sorry, there's a lot of. Anyway, and
Finn
then I saw
W.
the other guy, and I was like, wait, did I see the wrong dude? Did I misinterpret?
Yeah, I had the same issue.
So I'm glad that we all had the same issue.
Y'all
That
all
makes
had
me
that
feel
issue.
better.
I saw both of them and knew exactly which one was which.
Incredible.
I just want to see where the movie goes because like you guys said, like the plot seems basic enough, but because of the type of movie it is, I know that it's not that simple.
Yeah, it's got to be something like it's not a thriller if it's just like your wife's a hoe and you're sad about it. That's not a thriller.
That's
So
a
Well, I
drama.
mean, like we
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that someone maybe drowns, maybe dies from it. I don't know if they actually die, and I guess maybe someone else did it. But like, I guess that's probably the thriller aspect. Is like, is he killing the people she's sleeping with? I don't know.
yeah,
I'm
Oh.
excited to see if he
I
is.
didn't get those vibes at all. See, this is.
What?
I'm hoping they didn't give away most of the movie in the trailer, and that there is something else to it.
I don't know. I just want to see that scene with Ana de Armas in that car.
We gonna find out later this
Jesus
week.
Christ.
What, Colin?
Let
Just-
Dallas be thirsty.
I don't.
It looks like a well shot scene.
Mhm.
I'm sure that's.
The,
I'm sure
uh,
that's what it was. It was
well
well shot.
The wardrobe design on point.
Sure.
Yeah,
mhm.
that's
Or
the
lack-
wardrobe design,
cinematography.
the lack thereof.
Yo,
Like, what you mean?
Speaking of horniness, The Boys is coming back.
Yes, they
Is
are.
that speaking of horniness? I feel like that trailer was
It
mostly
definitely
gross.
is because this season's gonna have the orgy island thing. So,
Also, the show is just.
All right.
and there was also a couple of horny shots in that trailer.
There's a
so,
few sex scenes like spliced into this trailer.
Yeah, definitely.
Just an interesting trailer because it was like shot of a person, shot of a person, shot of a person, something gross, shot of a person, something gross.
The Boys in
Yeah.
a nutshell.
I feel like because I watched this trailer, I don't know why I watched this trailer, and I was like,
Me either.
if I didn't know what The Boys was, and I don't, I would have no idea what's going on.
This was
because
also
Yeah.
like a
the
teaser
trailer
trailer,
tells.
wasn't it?
Was it?
Yes.
It's a
Okay,
teaser.
cool. That makes more sense because I was like, this tells me literally nothing except that there are people and it's gross.
Also, it's a teaser for a third season of a popular TV
That's a
show.
good
So
point.
at this point, they're not doing that. Hey, find out what this show's about. It's like, hey, you know the boys. Look at all this stuff we're doing that's very on brand for us.
Very on brand.
One thing I did see is that they are apparently making fun of that Pepsi commercial that one of the Jenner girls did.
Yes, I
Oh,
saw
they
that.
are?
It
Yeah,
was
it's
so
like
funny.
Oh, I couldn't watch
a
that much into the
scene
trailer.
with
I was
like
like, and I'm done.
it's a lot. But it's like the cops are yelling at protesters and then A-Train runs in super speed. I'm like, is he trying to be a better person? And then he just brings out a like energy drink. I was like, oh god.
Ah.
Yeah,
But that's
it's
hilarious.
funny. We were talking about like the teasers for people who have already seen this show and watch it religiously and already know what this show is. Because my first note for this trailer was The Boys is going to continue to be The Boys. What more is there to say?
Yeah.
They're going to keep doing what they do. I do think it's a really good progression that the boys are getting powers.
Yeah. Like I think Butcher with superpowers is gonna be a complete mess, but I can't wait to see what he does.
Absolutely.
Ooh, I wonder how. Do you think they got the stuff? They got
Yeah,
They're
I'm sure
using
they
the
got
drug,
some fee.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
to get the powers.
Okay.
But yeah, I think there's only so many seasons you can do where they just have to outsmart people that have superpowers. Eventually, they have to have their own superpowers.
Yeah, they're gonna have
Yeah,
to fight back.
if you're gonna remain one interesting and be actually competitive against these really intense superheroes.
Which I'm
Yeah.
about it. I want to see them fight.
And then my last note is that I'm really happy to see that Homelander's son is still on the show. I thought he was going to be gone after last season, and I like really loved that character and wanted to see where that would go. So I'm very happy that
Where was he? The clips are so fast. I didn't even see him.
there was a shot of him in there. I saw him, so I was
Okay.
very happy because I really like that kid actor too. He's a really great actor. Super happy about that.
I am excited to see Jensen Ackles because I
Oh yeah.
gave up on Supernatural like 2/3 of the way through.
He's playing Soldier
But I
Boy,
love
right?
that
Or
actor.
something like that.
Yeah, he's playing Soldier
Yeah,
Boy.
he's playing
You
I like
made it
Captain
2/3
America.
of the way through Supernatural.
I'm pretty
That's
sure
a
I did.
lot.
Yeah, I think I gave
That's
up around
incredible.
Remember, Dallas
10.
was a completionist for a long time.
I was.
But there's completionist and then there's Supernatural.
Or Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
But anyway, I love Jensen Ackles. He's dope. I can't wait to see him play Soldier Boy. I kind of wish he was playing like Soldier Boy, Soldier Boy.
I was gonna
Stop
say you
it.
keep
Crank
saying
that Soulja
Soldier
Boy.
Boy, and I'm like, is it the guy or?
No, he's basically like their version of Captain America.
Yeah, he's Captain
Oh.
America. And he's actually, his costume looks a lot like Captain America's.
It does. They pretty much nailed it. But yeah,
Copy
that looks like
pasted.
fun. And that's the Boys.
Yeah, news piece. What's the first article? Do we have an article?
We do have an article.
We do.
Florence Pugh and Austin Butler are in talks to be in Dune Part 2.
Let's go. I'm
Yeah.
so excited.
I thought it was
Someone-
confirmed, but it's not confirmed. It's
No,
just
they're
like
just
rumors
in
still.
talks right now. Like they're working on a
Someone-
deal.
Someone tell me who Austin Butler is.
He's the guy playing Elvis in the next Elvis movie.
Oh, okay. That guy.
I'm super excited because Florence Pugh would be playing Princess Irulan, which is dope. That'll be really interesting. And I think that her and Timothy Chalamet have really good chemistry based off of them in Little Women. That's like the only reunion from Little Women that I like super truly want. So I would love for her to be in this movie. And Austin Butler, I've been a fan of since Aliens in the Attic. So I'm really happy that he's finally getting to star in really big projects. He's one of the few reasons I'm even interested in seeing the Elvis movie that's about to come out. So I'm very happy for him.
Yeah.
He'll make a great Harkonnen.
I don't with Harkonnen to the bad guys, right?
The bad guys, yeah.
Bad guys.
gotta
Yeah.
get
them.
He's up for Fade Rotha.
Oh, Sting?
Yeah, Sting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, ooh, yeah, that works. He gives up.
He'll be Sting, but probably not as Sting about it.
Campy.
All right, that's fair.
Probably not as campy.
I'm not gonna walk around greased up in a Speedo.
Yeah,
We
we're
can
good
only
without
hope.
that.
Listen, the movie's a lot.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Yeah, I'm super hyped. Dune Part 2, they're supposed to start shooting like during the summer or something like that. And I'm just,
Okay.
if you put Florence Pugh and Austin Butler in it, like, and add them to an already stellar cast, I'm so excited.
I have a question.
Yes.
I also have a question, so I'll go after Colin.
Have they cast any more people of color, or
Nah, I think
Just-
they're getting rid of it.
because I think they killed? Did they kill Jason Momoa,
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac, the person at the end? I think the doctor.
Jason Momoa would
Oh, God.
probably be back for the third
Oh
movie.
no!
They ran through all of
I
those
just like I
penises.
was starting to count, and I was like, oh
But also,
no.
most of the Fremen will probably be people of color at this point.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
We haven't started
Okay.
casting any other from. And I mean, we barely just got these casting announcements for these two characters. So
You right
Also,
as
we
hell.
still got Zendaya, right?
yes,
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
She's
She's
not
going
going
to be a
anywhere.
major part. Dallas, you had a question?
Yes. You said her name is Princess what? Irulan?
Irulan.
Does this princess in the older stories crush anyone with her thighs?
Drop
Not
it.
that I know of.
Drop
But
it
she could
now.
this time.
I just wanted to see how excited Gabby's gonna be for the movie.
I think Princess Irulan is most well known because first off, Paul Atreides turns her down, even though I think it's his idea to marry her. And also because she writes all of the biographies and stuff about Paul Atreides later on down the line.
Wait,
She's the woman who appears at the beginning of the original Dune
Oh,
movie.
shit.
oh,
That's
Virginia
a person who
Madsen.
matters? Oh.
Yes.
That's a person that matters.
And then if you read the
Oh.
novel at the beginning of every chapter, there's like an excerpt from like a in-universe novel that's typically about Paul Atreides or the Muad'Dib or whatever. Those are always written by Princess Irulan.
Oh, okay, she's Virginia Madsen's character in the other. I got it.
We should move on to the next news piece.
All right. Shawn Levy is directing Deadpool 3. That excites me because I recently realized that I like every Shawn Levy movie that I've seen so far. And I really love the ones he's done with Ryan Reynolds, Free Guy, and The Adam Project.
See.
So give me Deadpool 3. We're still getting the same writers. Rhett Reese and
Oh,
Paul
perfect.
Wernick.
No,
and
we're
probably Ryan
not.
Reynolds. We're not?
We're not. I think we already talked about the fact that they're not writing Deadpool 3.
Who's writing Deadpool 3?
No, let me go look it up.
Deadpool 3 is being written by Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux-Logelin. They're the writers of The Great North and Bob's Burgers.
Ooh,
How recent is
that's
that
gonna
news?
be
That's
good.
That's
fascinating.
not very recent at all. It's been a minute since we found that out.
Because on March 11th, Hollywood Reporter says screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick are returning to the franchise after working on the first two. So maybe something changed.
Surprise, bitch.
Either way, it's going to be dope. Shawn Levy's dope. Ryan Reynolds is dope. Deadpool is dope.
There's 4 writers.
Oh,
according
perfect.
to
So maybe they're
the
rewriting
Marvel
it.
Wikipedia page. So it's Rhett Reese, Paul Wernick, Wendy Molyneux, and Lizzie Molyneux-Logelin. Yeah,
Okay.
4 writers.
Cool. Best of both worlds.
That's exciting that they got women on the writing team. That makes me
love it.
happy because one of the female characters kind of got shafted in the second movie, and I'd like to see. No, don't have to see more of her, but just more.
No,
women
I
in
would like
general.
to see more
I
of
mean,
her,
we're
and I would
probably
like
gonna
her
see
not to
more
be
of her.
shafted again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the direction we're going in, is that she's coming back. And she was so great in the first movie and a
She
little bit of
was.
the second one before she got fridged. I love Miranda Baccarin. I love her character. I wish that they would give her
Oh,
powers.
I
What's
see.
up? What
So
happened?
basically, they brought in the two sisters to come in to write a draft for the third film, and then Rhett and Wernick took over this month, actually.
So they're probably
Okay.
punching up the script.
That
Yeah.
explains why it just came out that they're returning. Dope.
Yeah,
I'm
because I was
about
like,
it.
I specifically remember they're not coming back. In fact, we've talked about it, I'm pretty sure, on this podcast.
I do remember the Bob's Burgers thing coming up.
Yeah.
Either way,
Onward.
I love it.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
sure it'll
can't
be
wait.
fun. I'm
Yeah.
still not sure if anybody is going to live up to directing that first film,
Yeah.
but
And that was
I'm,
Tim Miller, yeah?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm ready to see them try, though.
But the second movie was still really solid. It was really, really good.
Yeah, it was
I
solid.
love them both the same in different ways. I feel like Deadpool I love because, it's finally Deadpool. Like, oh my God, we got it. But I actually like a lot of what Deadpool 2 did that the first one didn't do. So
Also,
I want to
Deadpool
see
2
what
just
they're
had a
going to do.
better budget, so they could just do a little bit more.
Yeah, Fox was like, all right, we get it.
I
People
still
like
like
this.
the first one better, though. But yeah, it's just that I don't think Shawn Levy has quite done a film like Deadpool, or at least not a film that's gone as far as Deadpool goes.
He hasn't. This is going to be the raunchiest, most violent thing he's done. He's pretty tame in his filmography so far.
Yeah, I'm looking at his filmography now, and I'm like, all the stuff that he's directed that I've, really enjoyed. I'm like, these are not Deadpool things at all.
No.
But I think we also have to remember that even though it is Deadpool, it is under the MCU now. So
But it's still
there's
rated R.
probably going to be. Yeah, but they're probably still going to want to rein it back a little bit because Disney does care a lot about their
They
brand.
might not have a pegging scene.
Which is a bummer because that was a great scene.
You need another one though, Gabby?
No.
Okay.
But the fact that
Let
it's there.
Gabby have her pegging scenes if she
But the
wants
fact that
them.
it's there,
I'm
the
just
fact that
saying
they
like it's a
could do
bummer that
it.
they're not gonna have another one. It's like I don't know if I call it a bummer. Like we got that.
Yeah, I don't know. They keep reiterating over and over again that this movie is going to be rated R. So I'm assuming
Listen.
they're going to let them do
Yeah.
what they want to do.
Gabby wants to see the strap.
I
All
did
right.
not say that. I'm
All right.
glad that they
All right.
could go there.
Last
Speaking
piece
of things
of
that Gabby
news.
wants to see, The Gentleman is getting a TV show, and Netflix is in talk
Yo.
to develop it.
That's a great transition.
This is the second
you.
time that
Thank
this
you.
television show has been in development.
Yes, it was supposed to be a show before it was a movie, and then we got an amazing movie.
And then
Now we're
we're
gonna get
supposed
the
to get
amazing
another
show.
show after the movie came out. We got an
For
article
real?
about that last year or
Oh,
in like 2020. I told you guys about that a couple months ago, as a matter of fact.
I think
Well,
you
hopefully
did.
Netflix
I
gets
must
it
have.
done.
Maybe I didn't hear about how it was supposed to be a TV show originally. I know there was supposed to be a show.
I have Netflix, so I want this to happen. Like, honestly, I'm gonna watch it regardless of where it is, but like Netflix got some heat.
They
People
do.
Netflix is falling off. Like, bro, no, it's not. They got
Wait,
some
wait,
really
wait,
dope
wait, wait,
shows.
wait, wait, wait,
What,
wait,
what, what,
wait,
what, what, what,
wait.
what?
Dallas, you can't watch this show.
Oh no, I
It'll get
forgot.
canceled
Netflix
immediately.
hates me. Okay, I take back everything I said. I'm not watching the show. Netflix, if you're listening, I will stay far away from the show. Do not.
I'll
Do
just
not.
tell you detailed descriptions about the show,
Yes.
Dallas.
When it sounds like I've watched the show,
I'll
it's just
be
because
like,
I heard
picture
everything that happens from
this.
Gavin.
I
Got
am
it.
curious as to whether or not if the show will A, be about the characters that we met in the movie, and B, if those characters will still be played by the actors that we already know, because so many of those actors are big movie stars. Like Charlie
Mhm.
Hunnam, I'm like, yeah, he's done TV before. He probably wouldn't mind doing a TV show. Colin Farrell is a big movie star, but also he's doing an HBO Max TV show right now with the
Mhm.
Penguin. So I am curious as to whether or not all of these people will be coming back to do the show.
Michelle, sorry, what's her name?
Dockery?
Michelle Dockery.
Yeah, she came up on TV. She did the name
Downton
of the
Abbey.
show.
Yeah,
Downton
but
Abbey. Thank you. And she's
some
done
people go to
Defending
movies and never
Jacob.
go back.
That's true, but she has since forayed back into TV. She did do Defending Jacob for Apple TV.
I think I'm less concerned about her and more so concerned with like people like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey's the only one where I'm like, I don't know. But even what's his name?
And
Oh
then
my
Hugh
God, what is his-
Grant,
even Hugh
Henry
Grant
Golding.
has done TV, and I thought Henry Golding, didn't they kill him off? I thought
don't
they killed
remember.
him off. But Hugh Grant,
Yeah, they did very violently.
Limited series, it's not the same as a TV show.
that's true. But he has forayed a little bit into TV. Sure, he hasn't committed to a TV show. That's 2 limited series that I know he's done. He's done one for HBO and he's done one for Amazon Prime.
And also Jeremy Strong is pretty busy right now since Succession is such a huge hit.
That's true.
Yeah, but he was my least favorite character. I don't need him to come back. He was good. Like the actor was great, but I don't need that character back. We got his arc.
I need to go back and rewatch The Gentleman because I didn't know Lynn Renee was in that movie. And Colin, you would know who Lynn Renee is because she's on Motherland, Fort Salem. She plays Sarah Alder.
Oh, yo, she slaps.
She's great.
Who is she in The Gentleman?
A character named Jackie. I do not remember her whatsoever. So now I'm like, I gotta go rewatch that movie.
The clips that I'm seeing of her, she's with old boy from Succession.
Again, that's not ringing any bells. I've only seen
Oh,
that movie once.
Jeremy Strong, yeah?
Yeah, she's with him. So
Oh,
maybe
that's
she's just
Jackie.
like his girlfriend or something.
Got it. Yeah, she's not in a lot of the movie.
Ah, okay. Cool. Well,
Either way, I'm excited.
Guy Ritchie apparently co-wrote the pilot and I think the episode after it. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, damn.
I'm
that
excited.
bodes well.
Yeah,
I
as
feel like
long
Guy
as
Ritchie could
it's the
get his
same-
people to come back.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, I'm excited to see what new people he brings in. I just want a show about the toddlers and their little suits and their ski masks.
I feel like they
making
could
fire
come back.
prawns.
Yeah, that would be great. Just an expansion of that.
I would love it. But yeah, I need that. All right. This is the segment that we are tentatively calling Different Opinions because creative differences and branding. All right. So going to YouTube. First comment is from our episode 174 on Batman Villains Part 2 from Phantom Plus. And it's a quote that sounds like either Gabby or Demi. It says, she could trick me and anyone to do anything she wanted. And it says ... that part. I think this
that was
was you guys
Gabby.
talking about Emirate Tubia.
I think that was Gabby. Yeah, I think she said
That was
that.
probably me. That sounds like.
It sounds like something Gabby would say. But yeah, Phantom Plus agrees with you, Gabby.
I'm not that openly
Yay.
thirsty on this podcast. So
Fair, definitely
I
sounds like
am.
Gabby. Yes, another from Phantom Plus on episode 171, our Uncharted episode. It's just a quote from Colin to me. I got a nigga specific question. My favorite kind of question.
I will try to come up with more of those. They don't
That was
They don't
also
come
my
up
favorite
often.
part of the episode.
but I'll try to think of more of those.
I mean, they can. I got lots of nigga specific questions. Moving on. Episode 173, the Batman review from Storymaker 2021 says, can't wait to watch Batman 2022. excited smiley face, excited smiley face, excited smiley face. Thumbs up.
Have a good time. I've already
yeah,
seen
bro.
it for a third time, so
Or sister. You've watched this
You've watched
movie for
9 hours of Batman.
and I'll probably watch it for
Of this
another
Batman.
3.
I still
You
haven't
cannot-
seen one time.
You cannot watch a whole half day of Batman. Like that's
Wanna
12 hours
bet?
of
She'll do it.
Batman.
She'll do it.
I'll take the
Um,
challenge.
But yeah, Storymaker, if you haven't seen it yet, we hope you enjoy it. It's very cool. It's very long. It's very Batman. Last of the YouTube roundup for that same episode, the Batman. Andrew Nathan says, yeah, rest in peace, Rob. He would have loved this film. I agree, Andrew.
Aw.
Rob
Also,
definitely
Andrew,
would
shout out
loved
to
it.
you, bro. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Right? What a lovely man.
We love Rob. We love Andrew.
Rest in peace, Rob.
Good stuff, good stuff. Moving to Instagram. Someone commented on our Batman villain fan cast options. The comment is from Rich and Lawana. I don't know how to say people's names. A comment says, Jamie Dornan. Why? Well, Jamie Dornan is a very talented actor who has very well proven his skills and experience, talented from all angles of his career, and it would be great to see him broaden his horizon, open another piece of his book. I can't wait to see who you decide on.
Ooh.
That was your Mr. Freeze, right, Demi?
That was my Mr. Freeze. Shout out to that person. I appreciate the support in this choice. And I totally agree
Yeah.
with you.
Jamie Dornan is pretty dope. I haven't seen, the Trouble trilogy that he was in.
It was great. Probably not for the reasons
Oh,
other
yeah, that
people
was
liked it.
him. Wow.
But yeah, glad to have some support for Demi's choice. Jamie Dornan is a good actor and everything else I've seen him in, so I ain't mad at it. Moving to Twitter, we have some comments on our Batman villain fancast poll, probably because Orlando Jones retweeted it.
That was a good moment.
Shout out to Orlando Jones.
Shout out to Orlando Jones. If you're
Woo.
listening, I know you're not. First is
Dallas.
from RuneSmith TK. Says, I can't choose between Orlando Jones and Daniel Radcliffe.
I mean, there's a right answer there. You choose
Dang.
Orlando Jones.
Just
Thank
choose
you very
Orlando
much.
Jones.
Gabby, wasn't Daniel
Even
Radcliffe your idea?
He was, but Orlando Jones is great too. And if
All right, that's
Orlando's like, hey, I'm like, you know what? Daniel Radcliffe has no social media and didn't retweet us, but Orlando did, so I'm Team Orlando.
All right, I respect that. RuneSmith, if you are open to a third option, Jude Law is great for a Scarecrow. But yeah, he also didn't share our stuff. So shout out
I'm
to
not going to
Orlando Jones.
lobby for my choice. We're not going to do that here.
Whatever.
I'm
That's fine.
lobbying for Orlando Jones because he showed interest.
Because he showed love. Yes, all these tweets are for this fan cast. Well, the Curious Curmudgeon, spelled with Q's, where it sounds like there would be Q's, says Alan Tudyk as a response to our Scarecrow poll. And yeah, I feel it.
After what's his name? I want to say Mr. Negative, but that's the Spider-Man dude.
Mr. Nobody.
Yeah, Mr. Nobody. I could definitely see it.
Yeah, Alan Tudyk can do anything.
Pretty much.
So shout out to Alan Tudyk. Another one from the Curious Curmudgeon. I love that name. Toby Jones as the ventriloquist and Scarface. And I love this one because I watch the animated stuff. That's such an interesting character. And Toby Jones looks like the ventriloquist.
Ooh.
And I think he'd play him perfectly.
Actually, yes. If
would
I can picture, I'm gonna
to-
picture the ventriloquist.
I would like to veto that only because the ventriloquist sounds like a terrifying character.
Oh,
He's not.
Not really,
He
no.
could be. In a
Isn't
Matt Reeves
he?
movie, he might be. No, he's the
No, in a Matt
Like-
Reeves movie, he would just be who he is in the animated series.
which would be ideal. But Scarface is the trouble because the doll is the gangster.
The doll is the scariest part of this whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I don't like is that there's a doll involved. I've
Well,
always
yeah,
been
once
dolls
you
are
involve
creepy.
the doll, I'm 100% out.
But if it helps, he's not like a Annabelle doll. He's just like
He's just a
Oh, he's only
regular
ventriloquist
ventriloquist doll.
he's a gangster. He's a ventriloquist doll.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of enjoyable in a weird way.
Yeah, it's a fun character. I don't know if I'd say doubts. I can't really see Toby Jones doing the Scarface part of it, but I think he'd be great as a ventriloquist.
Just have somebody else do the voiceover.
Yeah.
Although he did
But
play
yeah.
Dobby, so maybe he can go to the other end of that spectrum.
I didn't even know he was Dobby.
I found that out recently.
Wow.
Wait, who was?
Toby Jones.
Toby Jones was Dobby?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That
I
blew
wish
my
people
mind.
could see the reaction that Gabby just gave us on her face because it
Same.
was great.
That's wild. Wow.
But,
that blew my
yeah.
mind.
That is our new segment, Different Opinions. So, yeah, if you want us to read your comments, write one. And we'll do that.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So thanks to everybody who commented. This is our thing.
That's all we've got for you guys for today.
Thank you, audience, for listening to all that. Thank you especially to the ones who commented and to Orlando Jones. And as always, thank you to Crown Digital, Brandon and Io for putting us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Demi, thank you for editing, putting us on YouTube, and reminding me that the Adam Project came out this weekend.
I got you.
Because I did not remember that, and I would not have seen it. Thanks to Gabby and Colin for being into animal-based content so we can have a Turning Red review.
Anytime.
Sir.
My brand.
Both of y'all's brand. Anyway, audience, what do y'all think of the Adam Project? What do you think of Turning Red, Pam and Tommy, all these things? Let us know in the comments or hit us on Twitter at y'all_different, Instagram and Tumblr at Creative Differences Podcast, or Facebook.com/Creative Differences PC. If you want to talk to me about how great Ryan Reynolds is or how great Snowfall is, because these people don't talk to me about it, find me on Twitter and or Instagram at a King Named Simba.
What do you
Hi, you
mean
can
these
find-
people?
You people. You three niggas.
Run hands.
You can find me, Gabby, on the Instagrams at Sergosoria.
You can find me on Twitter at Duck McGuck.
And if you guys want to talk to me about how awesome Lily James is, you guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Dreamy Films. Dreamy is spelled DREEMI. Thanks again for joining us.
It's been different. Deuces.
Bye.
All right, I got a question. Do you guys think that the Moisture Farm is a good alternative name for the Splash Zone?
Absolutely not. That's worse. That's
I-
horrible. I hate the word
It's-
moisture.
It should go under
We'll-
consideration.
Horrible.
Thank
we'll
you to
talk.
me.
We'll think about it.
It's
Okay.
horrible.
I'll take that.
No splash zone.